Hey everyone, in today's episode we are going to discuss a cure for your plantar fasciitis, especially relating to how to cure it permanently by improving your hip stability. For me, regarding plantar fasciitis, there's so much hype about all the different devices, whether it be night splints, taping, performing specific stretches, um, buying new shoes, injections that doctors give to for plantar fasciitis sufferers, and this is a true band-aid approach for me, which is very frustrating. Um, by improving the kinetic chain, by improving stability, um, you can improve your plantar fasciitis symptoms. So what do I mean by this? I use the fancy word called your kinetic chain. Well, your kinetic chain is the way that the joints move in relation to each other when you walk, when you stand, and when you have weak hip stabilization strength. In other words, the muscles on the side of your hip, on the back, on the front, on the inner thigh area, when you have poor strength in your hip joint area, let's say, this has a direct influence on all the joints in your lower body, including your hip, your knees, your ankles, and your plantar fascia. When you have weak hip abductors, for example, and tight hip flexors, this will cause your leg to rotate or fall inwards. It can cause a host of problems such as runner's knee, ITB. It can cause tibial torsion, which can give you shin splints. But for purposes of this video today, it can give you plantar fascia because you will overpronate in the foot area, and what occurs when you overpronate in the foot rolls inward and it puts an immense chronic stretch on the plantar fascia where it attaches to the heel bone, and in turn causes a lot of inflammation, scar tissue, and even heel spurs. So how do you correct this? How do you correct this from happening? Well, there's a series of exercises that you can perform. One of them, for example, and by the way, we cover this in our course, but one of them is by performing a simple standing hip abduction strengthening exercise. Now, there's a couple of things that you have to do here to make sure that you don't aggravate your plantar fasciitis symptoms and also that you don't hurt yourself. You'll be standing on one leg, for example, on the side that's hurting. It's very important that you get in a balanced position with your foot fairly straight and that your hip, your knee, and your ankle is in alignment. It should be very helpful for you to do this with a partner so that they can look at you, or do it in front of a mirror. Now make sure that your foot does not fall inwards when you try and balance yourself. Before you attempt kicking your leg out to the side, just stand there and see if you can hold your balance on one leg, because if you find that challenging, doing the movement is not going to be practical. You need to master just holding that foot position, and very important that the foot does not roll inwards or buckle in and overpronate. If you can stand there for about 10 to 20 seconds and hold that position strongly, that'll allow you to move to the second phase of the exercise. One thing to mention, I put down a parallel line here on the top. If this is your hip joint, you want both your hips to be aligned when you stand and balance yourself on the one leg. It is very important that your hip does not sag out or give way. This exercise is going to strengthen that hip stabilizer when you can maintain that angle right there of the two hips together on the same parallel line, and maintaining a good straight alignment of the hip, the knee, and the ankle. If you can hold that position strongly, then you can go ahead and do 5 or 10 repetitions. Just very slowly move your leg out 45 degrees, very slowly bring it in. Make sure that you maintain good standing posture, keeping your back nice and straight, and make sure that that foot does not buckle in. This is going to strengthen the stabilizing muscles in the ankles, the knees, and the hips, so that when you walk or when you run, these muscles are going to be working the correct way that they should, and it's going to decrease the amount of strain on that plantar fascia, allowing it to heal. I hope this video was helpful for you, and if you have any questions, please leave them on our website. I'll be happy to help in any way I can.